Hi everyone, so as you know throughout this month I'm doing these how-to videos. So in this video what I want to talk about is how to get a job or to find a career. And the first thing to think about really is that despite what the job market is looking like, it's always worth saying to yourself what your plan is for you to get a job. So doing an individualized, tailor-made plan for you. Don't think about all the things that are outside of your control. And the first thing that you can do is to update your CV. So lots of people just have the same CV and they don't review it, they don't update it. And you have to think that if there are gaps in your CV or if there's anything that could go against an employer taking an interest in you, then it's not worth, it's worth taking the time to update that CV. So for me, I update my CV probably every 6 months. If I've had major changes and if there's gaps in my CV, then I'll, adjust that. But I'm also not looking for a job at the moment. But I think it's just really important that your CV is as polished and as good as it can be. The second thing is to challenge yourself to complete a certain amount of application forms every day or every week. So what that would look like is that you would set yourself, you can almost do it as a challenge. You can say, for this week, I'm going to send out 50 application forms, or this week, I'm going to send my CV to 20 different employers. Now, the way that you can do it is you can either select certain employers that you have a particular interest in working for. So you might directly send your CV to them, even if they're not advertising for vacancies. You might send your CV and a little email saying, if you do have any vacancies coming up, then this is my CV. Could you get in touch with me? The other thing you could do is to just do a general job search, see what comes up, and then any employers that are looking for roles of positions available, then you would send your CV. But what you want to do is set a number that is sustainable and doable for you. The third thing is to update your knowledge and skills, because many people are maybe going for degrees or qualifications where there's no jobs available in that field, or where the job market is so it's either going to be saturated, so it means that the likelihood of you finding a job is hard, or it's going to be minimal, so there's just no one looking for that type of work anymore. So you have to just be selective in terms of the types of qualifications and skills that you get. So I got my degree over 20 years ago, and I knew for a fact that I would never be out of work as a social worker. And then I got a counselling degree, what you're talking 2009, so years ago. And I've never been out of work when it comes to counselling. And then I got a coaching qualification in 2017. I've always had people that need coaching. Coaching out of the three of them, to be honest, hasn't really benefited loads. But that's the thing, you have to look at what skills and qualifications are you getting. Are you getting those skills and that qualification because people have said that's what you should go in that direction? Or is it because you are actually looking at getting a long-term career out of it? So if it means at any age, it doesn't matter, or at any time, you can always update your skills. There's never too late to go back to college or university or to study. You can even study online. I know that finances come into it, but it's worth it because it's an investment. The fourth thing is to work on your interview skills. You need to learn how to communicate. Interview skills don't just involve answering the questions, but you can sort of practice for the types of questions that they may ask in an interview, like what are your biggest strengths and weaknesses? Give me an example of a project that you've done really well. What's the reason you want to apply for this job? What do you know about this company? So you need to be able to answer the basic interview questions, but you also need to be good at communicating. So you can do this by practicing in the mirror. You can do this by practicing making videos just for fun, and then watching back the videos so that you can see how you communicate. But I think lots of people are losing out on jobs purely on the fact that they don't have good interview technique. Now, as well as what you say in the interview, you also need to learn how to be presentable in the interview. You need to learn how to there's so many things that can go wrong at the interview stage, but really you are selling yourself as a person. You are selling the way that you look, because you only get one chance to make that impression of what you wear to the interview. You are selling everything that you've put in your CV and the application form. And the final thing is to use social media. Social media can be really valuable because there's loads of groups on Facebook, there's loads of information on LinkedIn where there's adverts for jobs. So there's many places where there are job roles, and sometimes it will be the type of jobs that you probably won't find if you're going online to like places like Indeed or Reed. So I would say to join some groups that are specifically advertising for jobs that you are interested in getting. So that would be my 5 tips. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything you would add to this, how to get a job, then feel free to leave your comments. And don't forget to share this with other people who may be interested too. Thanks for watching. Bye.